Ever wonder why successful people tend to get more successful? The rich get richer, the happy get happier, the lucky get luckier. They've got Mo. When it rains, it pours, but momentum works on both sides of the equation. It can work for you or against you, since the compound effect is always working. Negative habits, when left unchecked, can build up steam and send you into a tailspin of unlucky circumstances and consequences. That's what our friend Brad from chapter 1 experienced. He gained 33 pounds with a few small bad habits and experienced major job and marriage stress because of the negative momentum those habits generated. The law of inertia says objects at rest tend to stay at rest. That's the compound effect working against you. The more time you spend sitting on that couch watching Netflix, the harder it will be for you to get up and get moving. So let's start right now. How do you get Big Mo to pay you a visit? You build up to it. You get into the groove of the zone by doing the things we've covered so far, making new choices based on your goals and core values, putting those choices to work through new positive behaviors, repeating those healthy actions long enough to establish new habits, building routines and rhythms into your daily disciplines, staying consistent over a long enough period of time. Then bang, Big Mo kicks in your door. That's a good thing, and you're virtually unstoppable. Think about swimmer Michelle Phelps, who won a legendary 28 Olympics medals, 23 of them gold. How did he do this? How did he do it? Working with his coach, Bob Bowman, Phelps honed his talents over the course of 12 years. Together, they built routines and rhythms and developed the consistency of performance that prepared Phelps to catch momentum just at the right time. The Olympics Games, Phelps and Bowman's symbiotic relationship is legendary for its scope and ambition and its utter predictability. Bowman required such consistency when it came to practice that one of Phelps' most vivid memories is when Bowman allowed him to finish a training session 15 minutes early so he could get ready for a middle school dance. That's one time in 12 years. No wonder Phelps was so unbeatable. In the pool, chances are you have an iPod. Ever think about the evolution that made it possible for that little gizmo to become such a smashing success? Apple was around a long time before they launched the iPod, while Mac computers had an intensely loyal following. At the time, they still comprised a small fraction of the overall PC market. The iPod certainly wasn't the first MP3 player out there. Apple was actually late to the game. But they had something powerful going for them, the consistency of their efforts in maintaining customer loyalty, a steadfast commitment to high quality, innovative design, and ease of use. They made the MP3 player simple, cool, easy to use and play with, and promoted it through entertaining and inventive ad campaigns. It worked. It hit a nerve. But the iPod wasn't an overnight success. The year Apple released the iPod, they went from 30% revenue growth the year previous to minus 33%. The following year was also a negative revenue growth year at minus 2%. The second full year saw a shift to a positive 18%. Growth came again The next year, up to 33%. Finally, 4 years later, they caught Mo, and bang, Apple catapulted the 68% revenue growth and went to dominate more than 70% of the MP3 player market share. As you know, Big Mo has since helped them dominate the smartphone market with the iPhone and digital music distribution with iTunes. This momentum has also given them a resurgence of growth in their original market of personal computers with Big Mo on their side. I wouldn't be surprised to see them expand into other markets. Google was a small, struggling search engine for a while. Today, it too owns more than 90% of its market. YouTube, the video sharing space created in February 2005, officially launched in November of that year. But it wasn't until they featured the Lazy Sunday digital short that originally aired on Saturday Night Live that people started going to YouTube in huge numbers to find it. That YouTube video clip went viral. It got more than 5 million views before NBC asked to have it taken down. Then there was no way to catch them. They had Mo. Today, YouTube is the second most popular social media platform and attracts over a third, 37% of all mobile internet traffic. Google caught up with YouTube's two young founders and paid them $1.65 billion to buy their Mo. Whoa. What do Michelle Phelps, Apple, Google, and YouTube have in common? They were doing the same things before and after they achieved momentum. Their habits, disciplines, routines, and consistency were the keys that unlocked momentum for each, and they became unstoppable when Big Mo showed up to their party. Routine power. Some of our best intentions fail because we don't have a system of execution. When it comes down to it, your new attitude and behaviors must be incorporated into your monthly, weekly, and daily routines to effect any real positive change. A routine is something you do every day without fail, so that eventually, like brushing your teeth or putting on your seatbelt, you do it without conscious thought, similar to our discussion in the habits section. If you look at anything you do that's successful, you'll see that you've probably developed a routine for it. These routines ease life stress by making our actions automatic and effective. To reach new goals and develop new habits, it's necessary to create new routines to support your objectives. The greater the challenge, the more rigorous our routines need to be. Ever wonder why military boot camp is so hard, where relatively minor tasks like making the bed, shining your shoes, or standing at attention become over-the-top important? Building routines to prep soldiers for combat is the most effective way to elicit efficient, productive, and reliable performance under intense pressure. The seemingly simplistic routine built and developed during basic training are so exact that soft, fearful, slovenly teenagers are transformed into lean, confident, mission-driven soldiers in only 8 to 12 weeks. Their routines are so well rehearsed that these young soldiers can instinctively act with precision in the middle of the chaos of combat. That intense level of training and practice prepares soldiers to carry out their duties even under the threat of imminent death, Now, your days might not be as dangerous, but without the proper routines built into your schedule, the results of your life can be unruly and unnecessarily hard. Developing a routine of predictable daily disciplines prepares you to be victorious on the battlefield of life. Golfer Jack Nicklaus was famous for his pre-shot routine. He was religious about the dance he would do before every shot, a series of routine, mental and physical steps that got him fully focused and ready for the shot. Jack would start out behind the ball and then pick out one or two immediate spots between the ball and the target. As he walked around and approached the ball, the first thing he would do is line up his club face to his intermediate target. He wouldn't put his feet into position until he felt he had his club face properly squared up. Then he would take his stance from there. He would woggle the club and look out to his target, then back to his intermediate target and back to the golf club. With a repeat of the view, then and only then would he strike the ball. During one of the important measures, a psychologist timed Nicholas from the moment he pulled the club out of the bag until the moment he hit the ball. And guess what? In each shot, from the first tee to the 18th green, the timing of Jack's routine supposedly never varied more than 1 second. That is amazing. The same psychologist measured Greg Norman during his unfortunate collapse at the 1996 Masters LO, and behold, his pre-shot routine got faster and faster as the round progressed. Varying his routine stunned his rhythm, and consistently he was never able to catch momentum. The moment Norman changed his routine, his performance became unpredictable and his results erratic.